I'm genuinely confused. Sean Combs or P. Diddy has allegedly been committing atrocities since before I was born probably, and has finally apologized today for one of them, following viral videos of what seems to be him engaging in controversial acts with another celebrity, particularly a younger smaller female. This younger smaller female named Cassie has stated in official legal documents publicized online for the world to see, that Combs has used his name and money to keep himself innocent and free. Apparently that name and money only goes so far, which is why little old me can speak on it. However, Combs gave little old me the opportunity to speak on it, when he publicized an apology video. He didn't state in the video who exactly he's apologizing, well, to. But since he did not specify a name, specifically Cassie, we can just estimate that he's apologizing to little old me and little old you, for whatever. And since he's apologizing to little old me is responding to this apology. Now Sean Combs is human and knows he's human. Right? So he can't ever expect to never have to face consequences of his actions or inactions. He almost made it to the grave looking innocent and not having to face up, but something happened, and we don't know what. We can guess that what happened was Cassie speaking out publicly. But that can't be it. You mean to tell me that all it takes to end someone seemingly powerful and invincible is speaking out? Well then, that means all the other atrocities he must have committed and what other celebrities committed have never been held accountable because people on the receiving end simply just don't speak out. So with that logic, victim blaming as it's called, is actually accurate and justified. You idiots keep going through what you're going through because you volunteered for it and let it happen. But that means, at one point, for a long time, Cassie was one of those idiots. Sorry. But it's true. She didn't speak out for about 2 decades. I'm quite unsure how Cassie can live in peace and happiness when she outed a supposed monster, and this monster lets her live. So either Cassie is protected by a person who Combs is afraid of, or it really just took a little speaking up and speaking out. I don't know. Either way. I'm confused because, if I was a rich, powerful monster as Combs is considered to be by many at this point, no one would ever know about any of the shit I did, am doing, and want to do. I'd never apologize either. I wouldn't have to. I'd be rich and powerful. So either he's weird and silly letting all this get aired out and for addressing this too. Or, his riches and powers have been drastically compromised. Or, there's way worse that can be aired out, and he knows this, and is very astute and acute in apologizing now as soon as possible, before worse comes out, presuming this apology will preempt further incrimination or social persecution. But again, little old me is still very much confused. I wake up one day and the internet is on fire and Combs is saying sorry about a horrid video. I don't know why people are shocked. All he did was make a little rap. So? Why was he ever exalted and idolized anyway? He hasn't made a good song in like 15 years, no offense. Neither has Cassie. So why is this rocking the Western Hemisphere? Y'all knew he wasn't perfect, didn't you? Hell. I did. I'm nonplussed about all of this. The world is in fucking shambles. There's a war happening. A pandemic even happened. Like a movie. We're background actors in history's shittiest movie right now. Why is anyone surprised that a big-timer used their riches to exercise power over a lady who was desperate for the same riches and power once upon a time, and finally got her shit together? I'm not surprised. I was waiting for something like this to happen anyway. That's why I took my ass over to his Instagram an hour ago, and lo and behold I wasn't let down. There I see him, hiding under a Tahiti hut of some sort, apologizing vaguely. It's weird and I'm confused. Why are you apologizing? You're rich and powerful. Really, you should just stop doing horrible things. There's probably someone he did horrible things for. No one's just going to let some New Yorker dude, person of color during the racist crack-AIDS epidemic, waltz into the elite circles willy-nilly. He did horrible things to fit in, and his black ass is left vulnerable to karma, I guess. Now like I said, Combs is human, Cassie is human. When it comes to their situation while they were, ahem, together, they are 50-50 in responsibility regarding what happened. Yes, we see she ran away, dramatically in a hood with a Gucci duffel that was probably full of money, and that money was probably his. So one might say, she tried to escape. However, her escape plan was a bit juvenile. You know you're running from a man who's this alleged rich, powerful monster. Your escape plan should be a bit slicker and smarter. He was in a towel covering his giblets, so he was probably in the shower, and she made a run for it. I'm confused what hotel security is even for. Is no one monitoring the surveillance footage? Whether it's a first or third-party security company, who's the fat tub of lard asshole who watched this happen live and didn't say shit? Now I watch a lot of Lifetime movies, and many movies especially about teens with sugar daddies, literally shows the sugar daddy paying the hotel staff to keep quiet about him using their room to fuck a high school girl. Now if I was a mere hotel worker, and if I had lower character and intelligence, I'd also get bribed to keep quiet if you're going to pay my rent for the next 2 months. Sure. But still. That's low. So probably, the hotel staff and security company was paid to shut the fuck up about this. In that regard, I can say, poor Cassie. Getting her ass beat live and no one will help her. But still, it wasn't that bad of an ass whooping to go back to him. They don't even have kids together. He walked away with a duffel bag. It seemed he was more concerned about the bag leaving than her leaving. He took the bag and let her live and walked away. I'd have got my ass up and walked away too. I don't know what he said to her. I don't know what she said to him, or the hotel staff on that elevator phone. All I know is, he didn't brutalize her. He just yoked her up by her hood and said, "Bitch, gimme my money probably." Now, what I see here is no different than what my parents did to me as a kid, when I also tried to run away in the middle of the night, and with a bag of their shit. So, if you accept parents kicking their kids' asses for disobeying them, then, you should accept this. It's ultimately the same thing. Now, I personally do not accept hitting your kids, for anything, because I know how it feels. I also know hitting doesn't work. It creates anger and hatred, but temporary fear, sure. But, forgive me when I say, Cassie wasn't a damn kid. She was grown and could have punched his ass back. Apparently, all it took to end his abuse was speaking out. So I'm sure punching his ass back would also keep his ass in line. It worked for Tina Turner, no offense. She punched his ass back in that limo, and he behaved for the rest of the ride, and Ike made Tina, quote, made. Just like Combs made Cassie. He naturally feels like he can hit her all he wants to. Not that he should. But understandably, he thinks he can. She has a white baby daddy. And it's looking like Diddy doesn't fight white people. Otherwise, I don't know why a supposed rich, powerful monster is letting her live with him. And make babies. Though he should let her ass go and live in peace. So her white baby daddy is probably why he let her ass go. All I can say is, I'm not sure why she stayed with him, other than of course temporary fear. The package deal didn't look too good. You're fucking a guy you're not attracted to, and who gives you nothing other than according to her what's forced on her, and he satiates her with material goods and red carpet events. So, you stayed quiet for money and a free ride to the Grammys? Pretty sad. Combs said himself in the apology video that he hit rock bottom. I didn't see him hit much except Cassie. You're rich and famous. How can you have a rock bottom? All my problems would be solved with a couple extra $1,000. This guy had a couple $1,000,000. What rock bottom? However, let's say he was at rock bottom. Cassie stayed with a dude who was at rock bottom. I wouldn't even get with a dude at rock bottom, let alone stay with them. And I'm half as cute as Cassie. But anyway, the real point is, I'm confused who he's apologizing to. I'm confused why he's even apologizing at all. And I'm confused why people say you shouldn't judge. No one is judging. They're reacting to found footage. Yes, only God can judge. Judge doesn't mean have an opinion and the freedom to speak on it. Judge means to make a final decision that leads to your fate. No one's doing that. Well, anyway, I'll be putting up this found footage which was publicized by the news, and by Combs himself, to corroborate the things I have discussed today. Bye.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.